Welcome to First of Its Kind. We continue with our topic, do you really need a patent attorney to file a patent application? In the previous episode, we spoke to patent lawyer Thomas Octoloni. He shared some tips on how to find the right patent lawyer. Today, an inventor from Oregon joins us via Skype to talk about his experience hiring a patent attorney to file a patent application for his first invention, the A and B tool insert. Ron Moore, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate all the time and effort of your technicians. And I know that you worked hard on this.
It's great to have you. Briefly tell us about what you do as an inventor.
Well, back in 1976, my uncle came up with a open and box end insert for the open and box insert wrenches. And what it did, it was a simple insert that fit inside a tool and doubled the use of these wrenches simply by having an insert. And then went to Portland, Oregon, and we found an attorney that also did patents. And we filed for a patent search, and it all looked really good.
And just to piggyback on what you said, the tool that your uncle worked on, what was the name of that tool? What was the name of that invention?
It was called A and B insert.
Okay.
And it fit into the open and box end wrenches and reduced it down one size. Each insert, there was an insert for every size, which reduced it down to the next size. So if you had a full set of inserts, you had a double set of wrenches in one set of tools. You'd have a tool for holding and a tool for tightening.
Now, did you work with your uncle on that invention?
Only it was his idea.
It was his idea, okay.
It was his idea.
Do you know how he got the inspiration to think about that idea, the A and B tool insert?
I don't. I don't recall how he thought of it, but I know that he's worked on heavy equipment and all his life, and it's always nice to have an extra set of tools. And I don't know how that came about. It was just.
So let's talk about how he tried to get a patent attorney to file a patent application for that invention.
He wanted me to go with him to the patent attorney, and we went together. And but the patent attorney that we had, that wasn't his full-time job. It included being a patent attorney. And so he didn't inform us that we needed to do an international patent search. And so we did a U.S. patent search. And that was an option, but he didn't explain it. And if you do not do an international patent search and you produce a product and someone has thought of that in another country or even patented it in another country, well, you no longer have they will not issue a patent. And that's
how did you find that patent lawyer in the first place?
Pardon?
How did you find that patent lawyer? Was it word of mouth or was it research?
Oh, it was in the yellow pages of the phone book.
Okay. So did you check his track record?
You know, we didn't. And we were just interested in getting a patent on it and getting it in the market. And, you know, we were pretty anxious about it and pretty excited because of the millions of people that use hand tools. One thing about an inventor, you know, they have it comes with an idea and they just want to get it going. And
how much did he charge at the time?
It was $1,800, and that was for the patent search and for the filing of the patent.
And what year was this?
That was back in 1976 or 77.
That's quite a lot for that time.
Well, that's what it was, and it's more today. But the thing of it is, that's only the attorney fees, and then there's the filing fees. And if you do get a patent, then there's a maintenance fees on top of that.
Do
So
you
I think
remember how much the filing fees and maintenance fees was back then?
no, but I remember the last maintenance fee I paid was $1,700, and it was on a super grip lock.
So you found this attorney, and he only did the U.S. patent search.
Right.
He did
And
not say anything about an international patent
no,
search.
no, we thought that the U.S. patent search, that's the only place we was really interested in marketing. We thought the market was big enough that we could pursue that. And so having the patent search appeared to be wide open. So
You
uh,
weren't intending to market this product overseas.
no, we were primarily interested in the United States. And when the patent search came back and there was no other patent on it, we proceeded to build the inserts, and we spent $50,000 in working to tool up, and we just that was our starting cost. And then we learned that the patent was rejected and why it was rejected, and so we lost over $50,000.
That's a lot of money to lose. Now, the $50,000, was it the cost of producing the product?
That was the cost of tooling up to produce
That was the
the
cost of what? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
just a tool up, and that was only the beginning of the cost. It would have cost a lot more to tool up, but we wanted it was in the works. We got the money to make it in the works, and when we learned that there couldn't be a patent issued, there was no sense in pursuing it
Mm.
because someone already had it in another country. But
Um,
that's
I,
why you do your patent searches.
yes, that's an important lesson for inventors to learn. And I would have thought that before you invest that amount of money, perhaps you wait to hear back from the patent office to see if you've been awarded the patent for that invention.
Well, that's what we should have done, that's for sure.
Yes.
But when you have a project and you're looking at the potential and you want to move on it because,
You were
time
very
is
excited about it, I can tell.
and you're excited about everything. I mean, whether it's this idea or that idea, if you have an improvement or no matter what it is, if you're not excited about it, chances are you won't pursue it. And I've
Did
always
you talk to the attorney about, the amount of money you were about to spend, the $50,000 on the tools? And did he try to advise you on whether to go ahead or just wait a bit to hear from the patent office? Do you remember?
sure, I remember it was our decision. We didn't go to the patent attorney. But the patent attorney didn't advise us that if you didn't do an international patent search and somebody had already invented that product in another country, then you couldn't do it here. Uh, so we were kind of ill-advised coming out of the gate, but that's life and that's the way it happens. And you learn by your mistakes, and hopefully somebody can learn by our mistakes because
I'm sure a lot of people will. Now, when the patent office rejected the application, were you given an option to do something novel, to add something to that invention that no one else had done before?
not to that invention, but there was another invention that I did personally, and it was I had almost every deadbolt can be unlocked with a bump key or a pass key, or there's even pick guns you can buy online that open a deadbolt. And so what I discovered was if you held your deadbolt handle locked, no one can unlock your door. So I thought, wow, why don't we make a deadbolt and put a steel pin through the handle so it can't be moved, and then you'll have a deadbolt that's really secure. And so what I did, I filed for a patent search, and it was an international patent search. And this is something that's really important too, is that even though we did an international patent search, the search didn't show that somebody had invented it.
Is this for the one that you invented, or is it for the A and B insert?
No, this is the one that we moved forward. This is
Okay.
The one that I invented.
And what was it called? What was the one that you invented? The tool, what was it called?
Well, it was called a conversion. It ended up being a conversion kit. But what it was is a deadbolt that has a steel pin, and I don't know if you can see this or not.
I see it clearly.
Okay, this is a deadbolt turn handle, and what I wanted to do is to have a complete deadbolt so people could change out their deadbolts and have a deadbolt that couldn't be unlocked with a pick gun or a bump key. And so what I thought would be a great idea.
Could you hold it up? Could you hold it up a bit? Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, and then what you do, you drill a hole through the handle into the back plate, and then you insert a steel pin. Let me turn that so I can see what I'm doing. And it goes back into the back plate like this. And so that prevents your handle from turning. And if your handle doesn't turn, it cannot be unlocked. Okay. And being that was already invented.
Now, was this supposed to be like a security device for a door?
Oh, sure. For your door at home.
Okay.
And so what happened was this was already invented by another party. And so I thought, well, there's millions of deadbolts out there and people like to be safe. And after I learned about bump keys, and you can learn about that, just type in bump key news on your internet browser, anyone can unlock your door in just nearly as fast as a working key. And so I thought, well, we'd just make a kit so people could do it themselves. And that's exactly what we did. We made a deadbolt conversion kit. And what it included a steel pin and a chain, just like this. Can you see that okay?
I see it very clearly.
Okay. And at the end, there is a little attachment. And all you have to do, and I'll bring this back over here.
Now, did you get a patent lawyer for that conversion?
Yes, and we received a patent from the U.S. Patent Office as well. But you just attached it to one of your screws that holds your deadbolt together, and then you just drill. The kit came with a drill bit of the proper size that fit your pin, and so when your deadbolt was locked, you just drilled through the deadbolt handle into the back plate, and then inserted a pin, and it would keep your deadbolt locked.
Oh, very interesting. Ingenious.
Ingenious, but the problem was, I've used hand tools all my life, and the people were afraid to drill their deadbolt. And so...
yeah, I guess that would take some effort, some work.
Yeah, and I can understand after the fact, but in the meantime, down at the ranch, we got them packaged and we got them in the shelves, and they just sat on the shelves because people were afraid to drill their deadbolt. So
it didn't really make much money that you hoped for.
No, it really didn't. And
what was it called? The conversion?
The deadbolt conversion kit.
The deadbolt conversion kit.
Yes.
But your experience with the patent lawyer for that invention went smoothly.
Yes, it did. It really did. And they can only do so much. And
was it expensive getting the lawyer?
It's all expensive.
It's always expensive. Now let's talk about the most successful invention the super grip lock.
Super grip lock.
I've been a police officer for 23 years. During the course of my career, I've never written a letter of endorsement for any product. I feel so strongly about the Super Grip Lock that I did write a letter of endorsement for this product. I highly endorse this product. For the traveling public, for senior citizens, those with disabilities, those with young children at home, anybody that stays at home by themselves. This lock will absolutely make you safe behind locked doors.
Super grip lock.
It's fast to go on, easy to work, a child can do it, and once you're behind that strap, I don't know of anybody that can use a lockpick or a master key to come through a deadbolt once it's secured with the Super Grip strap.
Super grip lock.
Super grip lock. Well,
Yes, you said your wife invented it.
yeah, you know, and it's a product I would have never thought of.
Now, what's your wife's name so that our viewers can know who the name of the inventor?
Melinda.
Melinda Moore.
Melinda Moore.
And she cannot be with us today.
And she can't be. She just can't be with us today.
Okay, our regards to her. So could you share with us how she got the idea for the Super Grip Lock? And let's see it. Let's see the product.
Okay, let me show you the product. This is a product. It's,
Can you raise it up more? Okay, we see it clearly now.
Okay, and what it is, it's a hook and loop fabric. It has an attachment where I stuck my little finger through the attachment. That's where the handle or the key goes for your deadbolt lock. And what it does, it prevents anyone from opening a locked deadbolt, even if they have a key. And I'll show you how that works in just a second. But
yeah, that would be great. I was about to say a demonstration would help the viewer visualize how it works.
And what you do, if you stood at your door, let me turn this around. If you stood at your door and you just held your thumb turn in the lock position, no one can unlock it, because that key, that turn handle has to turn backwards to be unlocked. So if you stood there all day and held that day and night, no one can unlock your door. And that's what Super Grip Lock does.
It secures it
It secures it, absolutely secures it.
Okay.
And the wonderful thing about this, it's just not my opinion. This has been tested by the National Locksmith. They've been testing new locking devices since 1929. And they say there's an unlimited potential for customers, and the $10 retail is definitely right.
And it's just $10. That's amazing.
And so you just attach it to the tip of your deadbolt handle, and then you wrap it once around the handle. And what happens is the material holds that handle in the lock position.
And what material is it made of?
Underneath the deadbolt, you keep your material snug, and then you just simply press your fabric together.
Oh, Ron, what fabric is it made of? Do you know?
It's made out of industrial nylon hook and loop fabric.
Cool.
People are used to hearing it called Velcro. Velcro is a trade name, but Velcro is a trade name, but it's hook and loop fabric that the Velcro. That's what Velcro is. It's a hook and loop fabric.
So it secures it firmly in place.
It holds it firmly in place. It's just so easy to use. And the thing that really was kind of scary to me when I learned about bump keys, because bump keys, they make bump keys. They make bump keys from a blank key, just like this, and then they slot it. They make slots in the key like this, and then all they have to do is insert that key into your deadbolt. They pull it back a notch like that. Let me take that strap off, and then they just apply pressure to the key, and they tap it, And what that does, that pops your pins up, and that deadbolt is unlocked just like that.
So if an intruder wanted to break in, that's all they need to do.
That's all they need to do. One little tap or two little taps and they're in. In fact, there's several news broadcasting. If you type in bump key news on your internet browser, you can see news reporters unlocking lock after lock with a bump key. And please recommend Super Grip Lock because it keeps you safe, and it even works on a double cylinder deadbolt.
Well, I'm sure the viewer sees how it works, how firmly it holds the bolts together, and no one can break in. And if I might ask you a funny question, if somebody were to shoot the door, can the Super Grip bolt still withstand the pressure from a gun?
Well, you know, I really wouldn't know how to answer that, but I can tell you this, that someone tried to break into my brother's home, and they tried to break in with a pipe wrench, and they ruined the deadbolt on the outside, but the door remained locked. And just like the article from the National Locksmith, which is this magazine, and that's a trade magazine, and it says, even when using a working key and a pair of pliers, the deadbolt remained locked. So
that is so awesome. I guess you probably won a number of awards for this invention.
Well, you know, we really have, and one of the neat things, every time that it's
what awards have you won? Do you want to share that with us?
Sure, I absolutely do. It was named one of the 10 most marketable products of the year by the International Association. No, by the.
Don't worry about it. We got it.
It was named one of the 10 most marketable products of the year by the Electronic Retail Association.
Impressive.
And they're the largest members of Direct Marketing Group, and they're located right here in America. And it was the International Associations of Chiefs of Police put it in the Police Chief magazine, and it was introduced to law enforcement. We won the first place award at the International Inventors Convention. It was held in Pasadena, California. And
congratulations. I hope it's not too late to say that. I guess the Super Grip Lock came out some years ago. When did it come out?
It was about 7 or 8 years ago.
7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah. And but there's millions of people that weren't aware of bump keys, but law enforcement is, and so that's why they are recommending it. You can go on the supergriplock.com website, and you can see Lieutenant Brian. He's a 23-year police veteran, and see why he recommends it.
We're going to have that video up for our viewers, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. That would be really nice.
Now, I guess you made mega sales from this product.
We've made a lot of sales.
Did you make over 1 million, if I might ask?
Oh, no. And you see, and the problem is with an inventor. They are inventors, they're not marketers. And what we're still doing, we're still looking for a company to market our product to the brick and mortar stores. It's available online, but it's needed. It's needed. It's absolutely needed everywhere.
Now, how did you get the funding? Once the patent was awarded to you, how did you get the funding for mass producing the Super Grip Lock?
We just borrowed.
I guess you borrow when you're trying to get a novel invention out there.
It's the need is great, so we knew that investing would eventually pay off, and we are still selling products continually to online marketers and to people online. But you know, we're definitely not rich, and definitely would be when we can find a company that's capable of servicing the brick and mortar stores, because we simply couldn't do it. We're only two people, and
And you
taking
reached
care
out
of.
already to a number of companies, I guess.
Oh yeah, and in fact, one just called before our interview that is very interested, but uh, we're just out there pounding the pavement looking for a marketer that knows how to market.
Now, do you still have the attorney you used in getting the patent helping you in finding the right marketer?
No.
So you're doing the marketing by yourself.
Oh yeah, you have to do that by yourself. And let me tell you, we had a license to one company, and there are so many pitfalls in producing and marketing a product. It's absolutely unreal. And so you really don't know what you get until after it's done. It's kind of like a marriage. And if you have a good marriage, you can appreciate it. If you had a bad one, you know what it is. So you have to experience it, I suppose. But let me tell you, there's so many little things that you learn, and boy, it hurts. So you have to be careful. And I guess I was just too enthusiastic about every product I tried.
Well, it's
But,
your creation. You've dreamt about it, you visualized it, you have to be enthusiastic about it to get it out there. I guess it's the passion that pushes you.
and the other thing too, with Super Grip Lock,
And if I might ask, how did that name come about, the Super Grip Lock?
oh well, that's a whole other story.
But if you can make it very short and interesting.
Okay, well, when we first called it the security travel strap.
Securities travels.
The security travel strap, because the initial thought was it's a perfect product for travelers because someone already has your key. And we understood that, anybody that rents or leases or stays in a hotel or motel, somebody has your key. And this just ends that. I mean, it stops their key from unlocking your door. And, I was just thinking there just had to be a name that was better suited for it. And then we changed the name to Super Grip Lock. So that's how that worked out.
That sounds cool. That sounds catchy. Now, when you talk about hotels, definitely somebody else would have the key. I mean, it's not your room. It's just somewhere you're staying for a short time. So the cleaner, hotel management staff, room service would have the key. So
room service has the key. Maintenance has the key. And we've been inside a door where they have rented the room that we were staying in, and people were trying to get into our room.
Oh, well, I would think an hotel is secured.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, the problem is you don't know anybody.
You never know, exactly. So it's just good to have it handy.
And the beauty of it is when you put your head down on your pillow, you know your door is going to stay locked.
You know you're safe and you sleep soundly.
Yes.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think the patent attorney you hired in filing the application for the Super Grip Lock, do you think he played a role in the product being successful? Would you say if you had gone about it yourself, if you had gone about patenting the invention yourself, would the product still have been as successful?
This is a book called Patent Yourself.
Patent yourself.
Patent it yourself.
Interesting.
Yes. Guess what? I would suggest get an attorney. I've tried to patent things myself. I've never patented anything. Patent attorneys are there for a purpose, and I would suggest everyone use them, even though they're expensive. If you're serious about your invention, you want to do it right, hire a patent attorney who specializes in patents, not as a second part of his business, but specializes. And what I do, I'll have to give a plug to Littman Law Offices, because all you have to do is dial 1-800-4-PATENT, and they will do an international patent search for $550. And I am
That's very, very, very affordable, I would guess.
It is. It's very, very
It's
affordable.
reasonable. Let's put it that way. It's reasonable for an international patent search.
That's exactly correct.
Will they do, does that include a U.S. patent search, or is just strictly for an...
That's everywhere. That's an
everywhere, and it's just $550.
That is correct. And you can contact them, and you can always remember the number, 1-800-4-PATENT. If you want
1-800-4-PATENTS.
There you go. You've got it. It's just simple. But that's, here I am on the West Coast. They're in Arlington, Virginia. They're right next door to you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And they're seasoned. They know what they're doing, and that's the important part.
How long did it take the patent application process for the super grip lock, for the A and B tool insert, for the deadbolt conversion? I know each patent or each invention is different, but roughly how long, how many years, how many months?
Well, the super grip lock was the fastest, and it was done in 1 year. The other ones took 3 years, and other ones have taken 4 years. And they have to go back, and the wording has to be exact. And for me, you know, I'm a high school graduate, and I went to college. But for the jargon and what you have to do when you prepare your patent, and I got straight A's when I went to college, and I didn't go to college for a long time.
I can tell, but what did you study in college?
I was going to be a forester.
A forester?
A forester.
A forester.
That's why I love Oregon. But the thing of it is, I would just highly recommend, if you're serious about getting a patent, is to have a seasoned patent attorney help you, because that's what they went to college for. And they have the ability to do it right. And as much as I tried to save money by doing it myself, and that's what I was trying to do, I was trying to save money, keep the costs down, and it cost me more money. It's just another lesson in life. But
yes, it is. And I would say every inventor is different. There are a few that are successful doing it themselves. It depends on the complexity of the invention, I would guess.
Right. And that is absolutely true as well. But even the simple inventions, just like, well, I did a patent search on the this is a pop top for cans.
Can you raise it up a bit higher so we can see the picture? Yes, we see the picture now.
Okay.
And what's that product called?
Well, it's just it's a pop top lid that opens, and then it turns around, and then you push it right back down in the hole to seal it, to keep out the insects. And on this particular, this was a patent search. This book is the results of a patent search, and this is somebody that already invented it in the year before I filed the patent search.
Were you thinking about doing something similar?
Well, it was almost exactly the same.
Exactly. So it's good that you did the search.
Oh, yeah. So once you do the search, you find out somebody else has done it. You can stop. You know, you spend $550 to find out. Then you know for sure.
Well, I guess at the beginning stages, the inventor can do the search themselves. Then...
No. Well, they can try to do the search themselves. But I certainly wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend you get someone professional to do the search.
Professional. And there is also the option of pro bono lawyers.
Well, oh, there may be, but
But you seem skeptical.
well, uh, it's it, it's a whole different world out there than you know. You just have to be so careful, and if you can find a company that you can trust, trust has to be earned, and you can't take things for granted.
You definitely can, especially with something you've taken the time to conceptualize, and you're so enthusiastic, you want to see it out there.
Well, it's an adventure, and you know, it's just like it's just an awesome adventure. Every patent has been fun, and some has been more costly than others. And Super Grip Lock happened to be one of many, well, the only one of many that has been successful for me. And thinking of an idea, that's the easy part. It's just after that that really gets tough.
Everybody has the ideas. Every day, millions of ideas are transmitted, I guess.
Yes, well, you know, and when you can benefit as many people with an idea that will improve something, it's nice. And the letters that we get from Super Grip Lock, my goodness, I'll tell you, they're heartwarming. People love to be safe, and there's like 40 million seniors and over 8 million that live by themselves, and to know their door stays locked, I'll tell you, it's really comforting. And
in some ways, you've contributed to security, people having the ability to secure their homes, you know.
Yeah, in a deadbolt.
In a way that is affordable. It's just $10.
Exactly. Anybody can afford it. And that's the beauty of the product.
And you don't need the expensive security alarms, security systems, paying every month with your Super Grip lock.
Well, I think that anybody should do. I'm not opposed to alarm systems at all, but I don't want that alarm to go off. And if I don't want alarm to go off, I want to use Super Grip Lock.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the. I think anytime you do make preparations for security is a wise choice, and I think Super Grip Lock is right at the top of the page, because if you don't have it, your doors likely are wide open to anyone to walk in.
Has anybody tried to make similar products?
There are other products out there that are. But the beauty of our product, and the reason it works so well, is because it's material, it's flexible, and it even works on a single cylinder deadbolt. That's the. Let me just, can I show you how that works?
Absolutely, we love to see it.
Okay, this is a double cylinder deadbolt, and it locks with a key, and just like the one that has a turn handle, when you turn the key, the bolt projects. And so what you want to do, you want to hold that key in the lock position, the same as you do the turn handle, because watch what happens when I unlock the door from this side. You see the key turn?
Ah.
Okay. So if you hold the key in the lock position, no one can unlock it. And the same thing is true with a single cylinder deadbolt. And the beauty of this, my wife's invention, is that you can just slip the pocket, the elastic pocket, over the key, and then just simply wrap the key in the direction required to lock it. And in that case, and then keep it snug, go underneath your door handle, and you press that fabric together like that, and now that holds that key in the lock position. And when you try to turn it, you can't. It holds it tight, and so you're safe. It makes a pretend lock into a real lock. It really locks your door. It keeps it locked.
That's ingenious. It has different uses, I guess. It holds the key firmly, securely, and it also holds the bolt too.
The key holds the bolt engaged. That's exactly correct.
Now, have you ever been tempted to go through an invention company. You know, how you see ads promising inventors, you know, we can help you with your idea. Just dial 1-800 and tra-la-la, we're there. We'll give you everything you need. Have you ever been lured by such ads?
The tra-la-la, we wasn't there. You know, I would licensed it, and the party that I licensed it to, they ended up in federal prison, and not from us, but from another party. But in my opinion, it could have been from us. But
in a nutshell, what happened? They turned out to be fraudulent, or they did not keep?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, it's yeah, it was a nightmare. So, you know, you don't know. It's a dog eat dog world out there, and if you can find somebody that you can trust, that's wonderful. And you know, the patent office requires a certain format when you are patenting a product, and you just need, in my view, a professional to do it the way they want it done. I think it's kind of like going to the Army. They want it done their way, and the patent office wants it done their way, and the patent attorneys know how to do it their way. And I would never, for myself, I would never attempt to do my own patent ever again. But I did try it, and it didn't work. It doesn't mean it wouldn't work for somebody else. It just didn't work for me.
You're sharing your pearls of wisdom with us. So I'm sure inventors out there, aspiring inventors, would gain a lot from what you've told us so far.
Oh yeah, you really have to be careful. There's so many rip-offs. It's just unimaginable, and everybody will take your money, and they've taken a good portion of mine. And I've made my own mistakes as well. So, you know, it's trial and error. And
I would have loved to hear more from you, but just for the sake of time and just to stay on topic on why we need a patent attorney, and you know, it's part of it too, but I guess I would save that for another show, how to be aware of scam artists out there.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, that would be a topic, and I wouldn't know how to tell you how to be aware, other than, well, maybe I would know a little bit about that. But there are companies that you can go to that you can trust, but you have to research it out. And then when you do find a company, go online and you learn this. And you don't know it coming, at least I didn't know it coming out of the gate. And then you look for complaints against the company.
Like
and
go to the Better Business Bureau,
well,
the BBB.
yeah, you can type in you can type in the company's name, and then you type in complaints, and it will come up on the screen.
And you can also do the same for a patent attorney too, I would guess.
Yes, you probably could. Although, you know, once you find a patent attorney that you can trust, then I haven't changed, and they've really. But the man that helped me, unfortunately, passed away, and his name was Jay Winslow.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. But one quick question: how do you know you can trust them? Is it by word of mouth?
No, I think it's by experience.
Okay.
It's a tough game, and I think you develop a trust over the years.
Now, when you submit a patent application and it is rejected, you have the option of making changes to it. Changes to it such that it stands out and it still looks like a new idea. Do you have that option?
Yes, you do have that option, and you can address it, and oftentimes it's not changing your patent idea, it's changing your presentation. And they work at putting the presentation together so it goes through. I'm believing, but sometimes you have to continue to file, and every time.
Do you pay more? Do you pay more when you add something new? When you amend the application, do you pay more?
Absolutely, you pay every time. The bottom line is called pay, pay, pay.
Oh, everybody wants to make some money.
Oh, it's well, like the last maintenance fee for Super Grip Lock was over $1,500. That's for our government.
$1,500
Maintenance fee.
just for the maintenance fee.
The maintenance fee keeps your patent active. Once you receive a patent and want to keep it active, then you have to pay a maintenance fee. And your patent.
The maintenance fee, is this for when the patent expires? I guess a patent has a duration depending on if it's utility, plant, or design patent. Now, I would think the Super Grip Lock is a utility patent, right?
That is correct.
And what is the duration for that?
20 years.
20 years.
Yes, but in the process, now if you fail to pay a maintenance fee, they can terminate your patent. So you no longer have your patent and anybody can make your product.
Why do you need to pay a maintenance fee?
Because they'll cancel your patent if you don't.
I would think if the patent is still active, it has a duration of 20 years.
No. Well, it has a duration of 20 years if you continue to pay your maintenance fee.
If you continue, how often are you paying the maintenance fee?
I really can't remember. I think it was the third or fourth year and the seventh year, and then when we had the last 7 years, you can pay it. Then you pay the $1,500 for the last 6 or 7 years. I can't remember exactly what it is, but you have to continually pay them the maintenance fee to keep your patent activated.
Well, I guess it's worth it if your product does very well in the market.
Well, that is true enough, but the problem is very few patents go to market. Even if it's a wonderful idea, it's hard to get it out there. And Super Grip Lock is an exception because it's a product that's needed by millions of homeowners, renters, and travelers.
Now, alternate fees for the Super Grip Lock. What was the range of cost?
Right at $20,000 after everything was done. That was the total cost between the attorneys and the patent fees.
That's quite a lot, but I hope you made it back triple fold.
Well, yeah, that's true enough. But there's a lot more to it than that, and the marketing potential has barely scratched the surface. The marketing potential is gigantic because everyone needs it, and if they don't have it, it doesn't matter. They need it.
Thank you for sending us a sample.
You're
you
welcome.
Definitely know that we need it. So I have one. The director, Erica Myers, has one too. So we appreciate your sharing it with us.
It was my pleasure. And you have been wonderful to work with. I've really enjoyed your conversations and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much. Great speaking to you. And thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please send us an email, info@firstofitskind.com.